Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. Today we are doing my shop, my stash. We are picking stuff for March. And fingers crossed, that means spring. I still have some neutrals picked out, but we're easing. We're easing into spring, just little by little. And also, I think I got it all off, but I did color my hair just a little bit ago. So there might be some staining on my fingers. It's not dirt, I promise. So let's look at the palettes that I'm bringing in this month. I'm going to bring in the Lunar Beauty 12 Days of Lunar. It's been a really long time since I've used this, and even though it is basically a Christmas palette, it is not a Christmas color story. So I'm looking at this here, and I'm looking at this yellow, and I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I just felt like bringing it in. And then I am bringing in the Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding. I have not used this yet. I got this from my friend Charlie. And it has some light shades in it. And it's a really nice neutral palette. So I am going to bring that in and get some use out of that. Next, I'm bringing in the Lorella Golden State California palette. That has all kinds of nice spring goodness in it. Let me pull you up a little bit. All kinds of nice spring goodness in it, and yeah, I think that'll be a good thing. It's purples, pinks, but there's also neutrals. So I'm going to bring that in. It's been a while since I've used that as well. I am bringing in the Rock Candy palette by ColourPop. This palette really doesn't get a lot of love because it's so similar to my Stone Cold Fox, which is my favorite, and I tend to gravitate toward that before I gravitate toward this. So I am going to bring this in. It has these beautiful mauve shades, and then these warm pinks here, kind of peachy, warm pinks, and yeah, so we'll do that. And because it is still actually winter, I'm bringing in the Odin's Eye Stone and Rock palette. I got this from Gen Beauty, and I have not yet used it, so let's do that. And then the last palette that I am bringing in is the Retro Love from Beauty Bay. This was a limited edition palette, and that looks like some beautiful spring goodness, so I'm going to bring that in and get some use out of that. I've only used it once, and that was with Ash. We did a collab. So let's go into my little bins. Are you in frame? I think you are. Let's go into our little bins, and I'm going to pick one or two from each of these. Probably one, but I don't know, some of them maybe two. I'm going to bring in the Marilyn Monroe. This is Wet n Wild with Marilyn Monroe. This collection just came out recently, and I can't open it. There we go. It is just a nice, simple, neutral palette, but I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to use that. And then I think I'm going to bring in this. This is the Gotta Agate. Of course, the packaging is broken because this packaging is always broken. I thought I'll bring that in too. Here we have just some ABH and all of that. I think I'm going to bring in this palette because it does have some really nice spring shades. So I think I'm going to bring that in. And then let's look at, I'm going to bring in the Peach Out. Now I did depot my ColourPop 9 and 12 pan palettes, but this one I could not get the shades out. They did not come out with a magnet. So I'm not going to destroy the packaging. So I'm going to keep this one as is, but I am going to bring that in. It's such a pretty palette. And I think that's it. Now we have some more of these. I think I'm going to bring in, I think I'm going to bring in the Shayna B Miami Nights. I have the Shayna B Miami. No, I am. I'm going to bring this in because I've never used it. I got this from Mary Catherine Loves Cats, and I've still never used it. So I'm going to bring that in. We're going to pick some Super Shocks. Super Shocks. I'm not going to bring in a pink because I have one in my Love Your Eyeshadows project. So I'm not going to bring in anything that's going to compete with that. But what do I have? What do I have here? I think I'll bring in, what is this? Low 70s. I'm going to bring in this low 70s. That'll look really pretty with the peach palette. And maybe I always reach for the same ones, you guys. I always reach for the same ones. No, I'm not going to do that. What is this? Amaze. I'm going to bring in this one. What is this? Ladybird. I always reach for Ladybird, but it's so pretty. I'm going to bring it in. Going to bring it in. I think I'm just going to do those two because I do have 2 other Super Shocks in projects. Okay, I'm going to bring in this Love of Color crayon. It's a very, very pale pink shimmer. Bring that in, and I'm also going to bring in this Huda. And I can't read what that says. Request line. This side is request line, and this side is Slow Jams. And this is a matte, and this is a shimmer. So we'll bring those in. Is that it? You guys, I'm also going to bring this in. This is called... You guys, I have no idea. I can't see anything. ENGBO. Ingbo Shadow Stick. Oh, that's a little smudger on one side, a little sponge. And then this is a like white shimmer. Could be good for an inner corner since I'm not bringing in a Super Shock for that. I've never used this. I almost decluttered it and I didn't declutter it. So I'm going to bring that in also. Okay, let's bring in some blushes. I know I want a really pretty pinky mauvey shade. So I think I'm going to bring in this, is it Melee? It's a really pretty pink. Bring that in. I'm going to bring in this Micho because it's a bright pink. And I have this in here that I'm keeping in just because there's such a, there's a nice pan in it. And I'm going to keep that going. So if I need something a little bit more neutral, it's a little mauvey neutral shade. So I'll just go ahead and keep that in there. And then we have some cream blushes. I think I'm going to bring in the Rizzo. I have not used it yet. So I'm going to bring in the Rizzo. And I'm going to bring in the lightest... Maybe I'll bring in this. I don't want to need the Super Shock ones because they're kind of dark. Oh, I know. Not Daydreamer. This one. Let me see how similar these are. They're pretty similar. All right. So not that one. Let's do St. Bart's. I'm going to do St. Bart's, which is a putty blush. It's really pretty. So let's do that. And I feel like I want to bring in one of my e.l.f. multi-sticks. I have one in a project right now, but I'm almost done with it. And let me see what shades I have. Dazzling Peony, and I'm going to bring in the Luminous Berry. I got this from Janet, and I have only used it a couple of times. It's really pretty. Very, very pretty. And I like to wear this underneath my foundation, like to underpaint with. I think that's it for those. Okay, let's do some powder highlighters. Let's see. What is that? Oh, that's the gold ore. That's way too dark for this time of year. I want something that's very neutral. I think I'm going to bring in this Laura Geller Baked Original Highlighter in French Vanilla. I do have the Diamond Dust in a project, so I don't need anything that's super icy. But I do want to bring in a pink. Oh, that's not pink. What's the pink one? Is it this one? Yeah, that's like an icy pink. I'll bring that in. And then I have Flexitarian in a project. And I feel like I'm missing one of these. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing one of those. I swore I had 3 of these. Oh, these are highlighters. I have 3 blushes. I only have 2 highlighters. Flexitarian is, I'm going to be working on Flexitarian the most, which is this one right here. My goal is to hit pan on it. So I'm going to be concentrating on that more than anything. So I think that'll be good for highlighters. I don't really need a whole bunch. Maybe, see, we have that one. I'll bring this one in. This is Vanilla Peach Bellini, and that is a copacetic, and I have not gotten any use out of these, so I think I'll do that. I do want to bring in a face palette. I'm working on a bronzer right now, so I don't really want to bring in something that has a bronzer. I think... Let me see how similar these pinks are. They're pretty similar, so I'm not going to bring that in. I'm going to bring this in. This is the Morphe. No. You know what? I have a blush palette that is in a project, and so I'm not going to bring that in. But I am going to bring in this e.l.f. What is it? It's called Spiced Apple, and I am going to bring that in because if I want something a little bit more neutral or warm, I'll bring that in. Yeah, that's good. I'll do that. Okay, I don't think I'll be pulling. Let me see what I have over here now. Okay, these are the ones I have over here, and I'm not going to keep all of these in, but I am going to keep this in because I still haven't finished it yet, and it's almost there, you guys. It's almost there. So I think I'm going to keep that in, and I'm definitely keeping in these 2. I just got these from Temu, and I love them, and they are so pretty. That is called Pink Taupe, and this one is called Rosy Brown, I think. So I am going to keep both of those in. I wear mostly neutral lips, you guys. I wear mostly neutral lips. So I'm going to put these back. Do I want to pull? You guys, I'm not wearing a red. I keep saying I'm going to wear a red, and then I don't wear a red. I am going to pull this out. This is the La Familia. Is this the La Familia, or is this Recuerdos? I think this is called Familia. And what I like to do is mix these 2. It's really pretty. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to give this one a rest for a while. I need to just, I'm going to keep it in. I'm going to keep it in because it's, you guys, I really don't have much to go until it's gone. Ugh. that gets me every time. So I think those are the ones I'm going to keep in. I'm going to keep those in. And then lipsticks, bullet lipsticks. No. It would be a really good idea for me to put my reading glasses on. Oh my gosh, I can see so much better. That's pretty blankety. I got that from the 21 Days of Beauty. So I am going to bring that in. Oh, and I'm going to bring in this Natasha Denona. I know I had it in like not too long ago, but it is one of my favorite lippies, and that looks really good with that lip liner. So that's what I'll do. Is I'll bring those in. And then if I need a red, I'll just pull a red. Okay, my desk was getting a little crowded. It was getting a little crowded. So here's some lip crayons. I think I'm going to pull this in. This is really close. Let me see if this is close to that. No, it's cooler. I'm going to pull this in. This is the Mirabella Stay All Day in the shade Forever, I believe. But it's a really pretty dark mauve. Kind of a pinky purple. Yep, I'll bring that in. I think that's it. And then we have some liquid lipsticks. One of these. I'm going to pull in one of these. Leanna had it in her. These are Ofra. This is Sanibel. I think this is the one. Oh, that's really close to that. I'm going to bring it in anyway. It's just a little guy. Yeah, I'm going to bring that in. This is in Dance Off. This is a ColourPop Luxe. I think that's it on those. And then for funsies, let's bring in a couple of glosses, even though I don't really wear them. I never wear them. I'm going to bring in... the City Lips Pinky. It doesn't have any... doesn't really have a color to it. But it's really pretty. And it is plumping. These are amazing. You can get these on sale because they're pretty expensive. I'm going to bring in this Buxom. I've been waiting to do that, and I have some peachy tones, so I'm going to bring that in. All right, that's cool. That makes me happy. I normally don't pull a mascara with you guys because I always have a couple of them in my thing over here, and I just use them until they're gone. But mine is gone. Like, I used it up. The next oldest one I have is this Pure Fully Charged. It's still sealed. So I'm going to pull this. I think we're going to open it. And I want to see what the brush looks like. Because if the brush is floofy, if it's a floofy brush, then I'm going to bring in another one, an additional. Oh, that's dry. Oh, that's so dry. Okay. Well, that's getting decluttered. Dang it. Look how dry. It was so dry. I don't think there's any reviving it. I am going to bring this in. This is my Lash Stiletto. This is a Holy Grail, and this is for lengthening and separating. And the one that I was using for that is the one that I used up. And then I have this in there, but it's about ready to be done. So I'm going to bring in the next one. The next oldest one is the Lash Idole from Lancome. So I want to look at that brush since I have not used this yet. Oh, that's a nice brush. Wonder if that's a lengthening and separating brush. I guess we'll find out, won't we? All right. Well, that's cool. have 3 mascaras left. I only have 3 mascaras left. I guess I'm going to have to buy some mascara at some point. I have one black eyeliner that I'm working on. It is the Urban Decay. I am working on this to finish, and it's not in a project. It's just a goal that I set upon myself. My camera just shut off, you guys. Anyway, as I was saying about the Urban Decay, my girl over at Flawed and Fabulous put this in her project. And I said, you know what? I'm going to work on that alongside of you. So I'm going to work on this until it's gone. And then I'm going to pull one more face palette, and I'm going to pull this Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush. Just because I need to get use on it. I've only used it a couple of times, and I just really want to use it. So there's that. So that's it, you guys. That's everything that I'm pulling for March. Again, sometimes I just have a feeling about a certain palette, and I'll pull a palette off the shelf because I want to use it or whatever. But these are the ones that these are the things that I'm going to concentrate on for the month of March. So thank you guys so much for joining me today for my Shop My Stash. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.